Now, somebody that consumes and produces content, I usually follow a lot of lifestyle content creators. And one thing I have noticed is most of them are full-time content creators but still have jobs. And I wondered why and how are they doing this? And I just recently found out that they actually do have remote jobs so they can work from home. And I was so curious, I had to bring the executive director from Cavendish University to just shed more light on this because it's something that I think my fellow youth and even myself need to know more about.
I'm excited. I'm excited about today's discussion.
Yeah. Yes. So why do you think remote jobs are a big deal, especially for African children?
I honestly think it's the future of work. So first of all, let's just be honest. There are not enough jobs in Africa.
Yeah.
Africa has the fastest growing population in the entire world. Yeah. And so as much as the respective African countries are trying to keep up and provide jobs, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
And so the beauty of it, it's like a perfect storm. The rest of the world is getting older. So I'm from the US, and in the US, the average age is like 39.
Yeah.
In Zambia, in Kenya, in Ghana, Nigeria, it's like 17.
Yeah.
So throughout Africa, the average age is 17.
Yeah.
So Africa doesn't have enough jobs, but they have the young people.
Yeah.
The rest of the world have the jobs, but they don't have the people.
Yeah.
So now it's an opportunity. It's a perfect match. And what we need to do now is to make sure young Africans have the right talent, skills, both soft and hard skills, to take these jobs on globally. And I think we can do that.
Okay, I can mention, I don't know if you know, but I am content creator. And I follow a lot of lifestyle content creators, like I mentioned.
Of course I know. That's why you're here.
And most of them that have remote jobs are usually based in America, the UK.
Sure.
I barely see African content creators that have remote jobs.
Right.
So what would you think and how would remote jobs shape the future of Africa?
Yeah. So that's the thing about it. Africa, it's very new to Africa. You have a spattering of young Africans taking advantage of remote jobs.
Yeah.
But as a kind of a pathway to employment, it's not the first option that people think about. If you go to countries like India, you go to countries like Philippines and the US, as you mentioned, the rest of the world is taking full advantage of this. Creating the ultimate flexibility in their life to be able to work from anywhere.
Yeah.
I even know a person, I read an article maybe about 2 weeks ago, a guy's living on a cruise ship. He doesn't even have a home, he doesn't rent, he lives on a cruise ship and just visits different places and works remotely. And that's the opportunity. If I wanted a virtual assistant, if I'm living in the US or the UK and I want a virtual assistant, I call the Philippines. It's the #1 destination for virtual assistants. So if I'm an executive in the US, I want a virtual assistant, I just call Philippines. If I want a virtual help with technology related work, I call India. They're known for, if I want technology, I go to India.
Yeah.
The problem is those places right now aren't even keeping up with their population growth, right? The young people are all in Africa, and we have the opportunity to prepare you to take advantage of that remote work. You earn in euros, you earn in USD, you earn in pounds, and you bring that money back here, and you're living pretty good life.
I'm talking about earning in different currencies.
Right.
What impact do you think it has on an African child to earn in other currencies? Let's say the US, the pounds, and euros.
I can give you a practical example.
Yeah.
Right now, we have about 60 young people who are graduates from our nursing program working in Finland. Today, Finland is short 30,000 nurses. The European Union is short 1 million nurses, and the gap is getting bigger and bigger almost every single day. They don't have enough people. And so when we send those young people to Finland to work, they make 5 times what they would make in Africa doing the same jobs, right? So they're able to now earn enough money, and the cost of living is fairly similar in Finland. So they're able to make enough money, take care of themselves, send money home, take care of their family. They're buying property, they're buying cars. They're able to live a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, you always look at other people and you say, wow, how did they do that? They're actually doing it. And some of these people are 25, 26, 30-year-olds. And so it's amazing. It's an amazing pathway to work, and not even as an alternative as the first priority.
Yeah. That's nice. But you know how these remote jobs are usually found in America, the UK, and all those countries are not common in Africa. It almost feels impossible.
Right.
So how would what would you say to convince somebody that that's something that's going to change their life and that's something that's actually real? Because as an African child, you look at that and be like, that's not possible. I'm supposed to actually be in my office. I'm supposed to be at the hospital if I'm a doctor, in court if I'm a lawyer. So how would you convince somebody that's actually something that happened and it's happening with Cavendish University and it's a life-changing situation?
It's a great question. First of all, COVID told us that everybody can work remote. Like it just forced us to do it.
Yeah.
And from that period, everything started to accelerate in terms of online opportunities. Even companies in the US now are predicting across the world, the projection of remote jobs and hiring people globally is just increasing.
Yeah.
Those rates are increasing. So I'll also say that the people who are working in Finland right now did not ever imagine that they would be working in Finland right now.
Yeah.
They even came with the same apprehensiveness, like, this is not possible. Is this a scam? What is this? Now they are living in Finland, working, driving. They're doing everything in Finland. They never thought it would happen. Right now, we have young Africans working remotely. We know someone, he's one of our partners in helping us build this program. He works for Snapchat. Oh, in California. You know, they fly him out periodically. He wins competitions. He's helping to develop some virtual glasses that are similar to the 3D glasses and the not the 3D glasses, but the virtual reality glasses. He's creating that, and he's working with people from India. He's working with people from China, all over the world. He's sitting in Zambia doing that. We know people in these countless stories. We have a student that's working for a company in Australia. He created a project and a product, and they heard about it, and they asked him to work for that company remotely. These things are happening. We actually have partnerships with a number of companies. One we know of that will be hiring probably 500 people in the next 3 to 4 months.
Can I be part of the 500? So it's now 499 because I'm part of it now.
I'm telling you, the opportunities are out there. We have maybe about 3 or 4 people interviewing for another company in the US right now.
Yeah.
And so the opportunities are there. The one issue is there's a trust issue.
Yeah, there is.
First of all, young Africans, especially parents of young Africans, you're going to tell your mom, hey, I'm going to sit at home, work on the computer, and I'm going to make money. It's very hard to digest because you're not used to it. But you're also wasn't used to putting a piece of card or plastic in a wall and getting money out of it. Now you do. You also weren't used to hitting your fingers on your phone and transferring money, but now you do. That's just how things evolve. But it's wide open, and the opportunity is so exciting. And the question you have to ask yourself is, if I don't prepare myself for all opportunities, including global, where are the jobs coming from? Yeah. Because African countries just have not been able to keep up pace. Yeah. And you can talk about being an entrepreneur and all that's great. It's very difficult most entrepreneurs are solopreneurs. Yeah. They're not building companies that will allow you to hire 200 or 300 people. True. And the interesting thing about it is AI is probably eliminating a lot of these large companies. True. So you have to be nimble. You have to be ready to take these opportunities wherever they are in the world. And what you'll find is it's better than what you'll probably earn even locally. Yeah. And we know people who are working from Dubai. They're working from Cape Town. It doesn't matter where you work from. Your office is anywhere. I told you. Yeah. I read about somebody on a cruise ship working every single day for global companies. Yeah, okay. Yeah. When I was on my way here, I met a guy outside, and I was very inquisitive about this remote job because I want to know a lot. Yeah. And I asked him, like, what degree are you supposed to have for you to actually get a remote job? And to my surprise, he said nothing. Right. All we have to do is register for this program and we're set. Right. So is there any specific qualification that somebody is supposed to have? Right. Any degree? Right. That's a great question, and it varies, right? Yeah. All companies make their own rules. Some companies want degrees. Some don't require degrees. Yeah. Some don't require a secondary certificate. They don't even. They want to know, can you program? They want to know, can you do graphics? Yeah. They want to know, can you write a press release? They're only interested in the output. And so it just doesn't matter. It's almost like, okay, if you're going to play football, if you're a footballer and you're good at 16, that team is going to pick you up, whether you have a degree or not. And that's where the world is heading to.
Yeah.
And so I advocate for degrees. I love degrees. Actually, I'm obviously, we run a university, but that's not the only pathway to making a successful life.
Yeah.
There are alternatives, and remote work provides that.
Yeah, okay. Now you just mentioned that you have a university. Why did Cavendish University pick to invest in this particular program?
Because we're not here just to transfer knowledge. We're here to change people's lives.
Yeah.
And the only way that actually happens is if somebody can earn a living, right?
Yeah.
And so we're almost turning into a employment agency as much as we are an education company.
Yeah.
We want to see every single one that comes through our door go out and earn a living, take care of themselves, take care of their families, take care of their communities, build something, do something special, live the life that they ultimately dream about. And so we're really passionate about that.
But now that we're talking about remote works, is this a remote program as well? Is this program only built for people that are in Osaka or people that are outside the country, outside the continent?
You can be anywhere. You can be anywhere and take this program. So it's really focused on Africa, to be very honest. Yeah. Because we think that's where the opportunity is. This is where all the young people are. I read something maybe about a month ago that says that by 2030, 1/3 of the people entering the workforce will be from Africa. Yeah. Out of all the other continents, Africa will produce 1/3 of the workforce. Yeah. And so this is where the young people are. My heart, our passion, our commitment is really focused on young Africans, but anyone can join the program.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Growing up in Africa, remote jobs haven't been something that I've really seen. Right. So I grew up knowing that I knew that people would work remotely, right? But I only thought it was for people that were in tech. Right. Or people that do computer science. Right. So what would you advise, or what would you say to somebody that thinks like me, that remote jobs are only for people in tech?
I just told you that if I wanted a virtual assistant, that's a secretary. If I wanted a virtual assistant, I called the Philippines. That's not tech. You know, every single industry is going remote. Yeah. Even the healthcare, quite honestly, you'll start to hear about more and more things about robotics and healthcare being done remotely. Yeah. There's a hospital, I think in Dubai or China, that has no physical doctors. Oh, really? No physical doctors.
I must do my research on that.
So the world is changing. You may not be ready for it today, but it's going to happen again, just like I wasn't ready. I remember my grandmother used to call the television a magic box. Oh, okay. You know, way back in the day, before, you know, way back. Yeah. So it's just like people are talking about COVID today. Things evolve. And I think it's, we have to do some educating, and that's what this is all about. As a matter of fact, we'll start to have some what we call fireside chats, and we'll bring in experts from the remote workspace, those who are working in remote work, those who are hiring in remote work, and people can ask questions and really get familiar. If you look at remote work right now, especially you go to freelance platforms like Fiverr or Upwork or Topo, these are platforms just like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok that I can create a profile, put my talent on the profile, showcase my work, and people pay me to do work. They ask me to do work. Yeah. If you go on their sites, it's dominated by Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan. There are very few Africans on there, and people are making $100 a day, $200 a day.
We as Africans are very skeptical. Yeah. Like I would be skeptical if somebody came to me and said, "Oh, I want you to work online." I would think it's a scam. You want me to work for nothing.
Yeah, but that's how you. That's why it's important to educate yourself. You don't do anything. People can scam you right here. People can look at. I can scam you by looking at you right now. So scams are going to happen, and there's some education. Also, companies don't trust Africa yet. That's why I say right now they trust India, they trust Philippines.
But why do you think?
Because they think that somebody from Africa is going to scam us, right? They're going to be somehow scamming us. And then young Africans are thinking, oh, this company is going to scam us. Yeah, we all think the same thing. So you're thinking the same thing. That's why it's important. That's why I think we play a real big role, because we're an organization. We can protect people on both sides. Yeah. When we connect people to employers, we vetted them. Yeah. We've already spoken to them. We know them. We partner with them. so we can provide those opportunities. And then likewise, the companies feel comfortable because you're a university.
Yeah.
These are real people you've given to us.
Yeah.
They're not people who are out here going to take our data and use it for wrong purposes. So I think it creates a really good partnership, and we're excited to play that role.
That's lovely. What jobs are currently available when it comes to remote works?
Oh, obviously tech leads the way, programming, so software engineering, cloud computing, AI. If you don't know AI today, no matter what your profession is, you're behind, right? In the rest of the world, in Australia, in the Middle East, third graders are learning AI. They're going to be proficient in AI. So if you're not learning AI, you're already behind the competition. So learning AI, learning programming, marketing, communications. But I'm telling you, there's no area that's not touched. We know people that are hiring accountants, HR specialists, lawyers, social workers. All areas are able to take advantage of remote work.
Lovely. What excites you the most about the impact remote work is going to bring to the African society? So in India, if you go back to like 1990, India was the 28th economy in the world. Right now it's the third economy, I think fourth or third economy in the world, all because of remote work, all because they're outsourcing talent. It's BPO, which is business process outsourcing, is about 10% of their economy. That's what copper is in Zambia. That's how important outsourcing talent is. They have 40 million people working for. Zambia is what, 28 something million? That's the entire population of Zambia. That's how big this opportunity is. And young people, the young people we know that are working remotely are living a really nice life, right? They're taking care of their family, their parents. They're living a comfortable life. And they're doing work that is meaningful. They're meeting people from all over the world. In a lot of cases, they get to travel. It really is. I don't want to make it all rosy. There are three different types that I can think of right now, types of remote work. There are remote works that require you to go into an office and you work your regular hours, but you're working for companies overseas. That's one remote work. Another remote work is you see people working in the cafe or on their computer. You're like, why are they just sitting in the cafe every time I come? They're here chilling and they're working on their computer. That's because they work for a company that gives them tasks. Do these three things by next Tuesday at 4:00 California time. And it doesn't matter. You can be anywhere in the world working. You get up at 2 a.m, you do your job. Once you're done, you're done. And you make good money. So that's probably the ideal remote work. And then it's freelancer on sites that I talked about, like Fiverr, Upwork, Topple. I need a logo. We're creating a foundation. I need a logo. I'm probably just going to go to Fiverr and hire somebody on Fiverr. Do me a logo in 24 hours. Right? So if you have that kind of skill, you can monetize it. Any kind of talent can be monetized. It just, now you have to do the work. Nothing's easy, but getting a job in your local country is not easy either, right? You got to know someone, then you got to work your way up. No, that's not necessary with remote work. That's why we have you. We're grateful we have Cavendish University to actually make it easier for us. It's exciting. It's exciting. And the great thing about it is you can be short, tall, fat, skinny. You can have a disability. You can be a refugee. It does not matter. All they want to know is, can you do the job? And so it equalizes the playing field for employment. I think this is a great opportunity for Africans. It's going to help us with the employment. Because I feel like in Zambia, we don't have enough employment. And this is about to change our lives. But I want to ask, what keeps you as an institution, Cavendish University, what pushes you to continue to move this vision? So it's there's something that excites me about it, and it's something that scares me about it. What excites me about it is that I know Africans. Again, I told you I'm from the U.S. In the U.S., Africans are the most educated population in the United States. Oh, really? By far. Oh. Not even close. I think it's Nigerians, Indians, Kenyans, and then a bunch of other African countries. Wherever Africans go, there's something about them that just takes over. Like from a performance standpoint, legitimate performance standpoint. If you look at Hollywood right now, most of the Black actors in Hollywood are African. You know, I mean, they are. I mean, it's just the reality. If you look at sports in the U.S., a lot of the dominant sport athletes are Africans.
You look at the ones that are the best performing in Harvard, even the Ivy League schools, they're Africans. And so wherever Africans find themselves, you got to commit, you got to do the work. It's something about the work ethic, the commitment, the passion, the creativity that you make stuff out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You make things happen, but you have to believe it. And most people, if you don't leave Africa, a lot of people think the West is just amazing and, you know, Europe is this and that. But the reality is the average American reads on a 6th grade level.
Yeah.
The average European reads on a 6th grade level. Africans can compete. You just have to do the work. You can't take the shortcuts and you can't expect things to be handed to you. If you do the work, you position yourself, Africans will win. The thing that scares me, especially running a university, is literally all my employees, because I can't compete. All my employees can literally leave and work remotely and you know, we'll be scrambling trying to find the best talent. That's the challenge. You'll have people only wanting to do remote work. And so, but that's a good thing. That's something we have to work on.
Yeah. So how do young people like me prepare for such global remote work?
Well, we have the remote work program. I think now you can learn a lot of skills on your own. Remote work is about technical skills and soft skills. So technical skills are, can you do Excel? Can you do PowerPoint? Can you program? You know, you have to have that skill set. But honestly, most employers say they just want the right person.
Yeah.
Because if you have a baseline skill set, you can be trained almost anything. What you can't be trained are things like discipline. You know, when we sent the first group to Finland, the first thing they said was, notice we did a 1-month follow-up call. The first thing they said is, notice we're all on this call 10 minutes early. They said in Finland, if you're late, you lose your job.
Oh.
Yes. You know, and so you have to be able to tell people the truth. Sometimes we like to tell people what they want to hear.
Yeah.
We don't like to be honest with people. They said, can you do this by next week? I say, yes. And you know you don't have the ability to do it by next week. You have to be honest. You have to meet deadlines. If you're not going to meet deadlines, you have to fess up. Hey, I'm not going to meet the deadline. Can I get an extension of 2 days? But everything can't be an extension. Right?
Yeah.
You have to learn how to put work first, get the work done, play later.
Yeah.
And so it's all of these soft skills. You need to know how to communicate clearly. If somebody says, I need a project by 3 o'clock, is it 3 o'clock US time? Is it West Coast US, East Coast? Is it Central Africa? All those things need to be clarified. So you have to over communicate. And a lot of times we don't. We are a little lazy in our communication, especially when we write an email. So it's really the soft skills, you know, the very basic soft skills that you have to be taught, and then on top of the technical skills.
And all those skills are going to be taught through this program?
Oh, absolutely. They're taught by professionals, and these professionals are coming from all over the world.
Oh, okay.
And so they're teaching you what they do every single day.
Yeah.
We also have a partnership with a company called Ripen. Ripen allows you to do projects for international companies. So they're based in Canada.
Yeah.
So as part of this program, you're leaving with a bit of portfolio. So you're already building your work history.
Yeah.
Because people are like, okay, well, if I never work remotely, what if no one takes a chance on you? We're helping you get internships.
Yeah.
And we're helping you to do that and build your
So
portfolio.
you are the ones that are doing it for us?
We are helping you do it. You have to do the work too, right? You have to
Okay.
help yourself too.
And has this program already begun? If not, when is it going to
so
start?
it started in July as a test. In July, we had 100 people start. And so we're now getting people through that. Some of the programs are, if like you're doing marketing, it's 3 months. If you're doing IT-related projects, it's 5 months. It's 5 modules, 1 month each module. So that's how you go through the program. Yeah. The first 2 programs, the modules, I think are the most important. It's the remote work readiness. So it gives you the mindset. It just changes your mindset about what remote work is. What are the basic requirements? The second course is generative AI. Everyone needs that. You can't live today without really mastering generative AI. And then you go into your specialty, either marketing or one of your areas of IT. But this accounts for accounting, executive assistants. It covers all of those things, especially the first 2.
Oh, okay. So is this program one whole program, or it depends on what job you want?
It depends on what job you want. So you go to marketing track. Marketing is probably the most general, and then IT is more specific. So IT is cloud computing, data science and engineering,
Yeah.
or software engineering.
Well, I definitely am going to be coming for marketing. And I think you've answered a lot of my questions.
Great.
And I think you've also answered the audience questions as well. But if they have questions, they are free to ask.
Yeah.
And this has been such a lovely conversation. But before I leave, I have one more question.
Okay.
What advice would you give to an African child that thinks this is out of reach and this is something that's a bit impossible for them?
Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. I mean, it's everything is it's some things are possible, some things are probable.
Yeah.
So anything is possible. Like I was just saying this to someone earlier, I can marry Oprah Winfrey and be set for the rest of my life, right? That's possible. A relative can die and leave me a ton of money. That's possible. You can marry a rich prince. That's possible. Is it probable? Who knows? I don't know. But the more you prepare yourself and you get the right skills, the more you increase the probability that something good can happen, right?
Yeah.
You know, things in action, things in motion tend to stay in motion. And so this is all this is doing, is increasing the probability that you'll be able to live the life that you ultimately want to live.
Yeah.
And our people in Finland are doing it, and we have a number of remote workers doing it right now. Why not you? I'm talking about millions of jobs. I'm talking about millions. All you have to do is Google. Everybody has a phone.
Yeah.
Google what the prospects for remote work are.
Yeah.
And you'll see it. And the question is, what's different between me and someone else, right? It's just a belief system. And I just told you, Africans today are the most educated people in the United States.
Yeah.
The average American reads at a 6th grade level. Can you compete with that? Probably. And the beauty of it is I can get someone in the US they have to charge $100,000 or $150,000 for certain work.
Yeah.
And that person will be considered either middle or low class.
Yeah.
But you can charge $30,000 or $40,000 and be considered upper class.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. You have a competitive edge because of where you are, because of the opportunities, and you can live a much better life. That's what our people in Finland are doing. And that's what I think Africans throughout the continent will do. It's going to happen with or without you. The question are you going to be on the sideline watching everybody else do these exciting things? It's similar to the work that you're doing as an influencer, by the way. Amazing stuff you're doing. Proud of the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
That's also part of it, right?
Yeah.
That's part of it as well. We're working on a project with the African Development Bank. They're trying to now, hopefully money will start coming in 2026, but they want to formalize the creative arts so people can make money. In the US, people make money being artists.
Yeah.
You know, here it's tough to make money being an artist, but you should be able to make money being an artist.
Yeah.
So the government is looking at, partnered with the African Development Bank around formalizing the sector, protecting creative art rights, you know, copyright protection, IP protection, all of these things. Why can't I make a lot of money on TikTok? Why can't I make a lot of money on Instagram? So they're trying to formalize all of those things. They're trying to do it with creative arts, digital economy, and agribusiness. Yeah. And so all of these things are coming. People are going to move into a direction where we're now able to monetize our talents and our gifts. And I'm excited to be a part of it. I have a creative arts background, so it's a real passion place for me. So
well, I'm also excited for this program. I bet I'm not the only one that's excited for this program. I'm looking forward to it, and we just want to say thank you to Cavendish for just bringing such an opportunity. I think this is a game changer. It's a life changer. Definitely. We're now finally having employment in the comfort of our own home, especially when it's June. I hate to move out of the house when it's June because I hate the cold. So the fact that I can now work in the comfort of my own home,
or from Cape Town,
or from Cape Town, or from Dubai.
I mean, it's amazing when you see people do that.
No, thank you. It was very lovely to have you, and thanks for explaining further about this remote work.
My pleasure. I can't wait. Thank you.
Well, there we have it. We just had a conversation with the executive director from Cavendish about the remote jobs, and he has explained quite insightful things, and I'm very excited for this opportunity. I think this is a life-changing opportunity, not only for myself, but for you guys watching as well. I hope I can register for this program and just get a job at Google, maybe something, go to Dubai because that's my favorite destination. But yeah, I hope you guys have learned something, and if you guys have any questions, you guys can comment below and we're gonna respond to you. Thanks for watching.